Hi, welcome to Derek Does. Today, we're gonna do this. Welcome to another Derek Does. Today we're gonna do this. This is a probably late 50s, mid 60s suede, what I would always refer to as like a campus jacket. It's a college jacket. It's a lightweight jacket made of suede. I'm not sure, probably cowhide suede. Maybe pig hide even, I'm not positive. I haven't seen the actual other side of the hide to know for sure. But these were real popular, particularly with the collegiate crowd. It's more of a kind of, I don't want to say preppy jacket, but it kind of is. It's more of a dressy jacket, which is really nice that you can still wear a leather jacket, but you don't look like a biker or you don't look anything, you know, like you're a work guy. This is more casual. It's a softer jacket. And this one is from Hercules, and I'm going to show you this one. It's the only one I have right now. It's made in California by Hercules. Obviously, Sears doesn't make it. They have other companies that make it for them, but they put the Hercules brand on it. And Hercules is a great brand for vintage jackets if you're looking for one. This one's in really nice shape. When we do some close-ups, I'll show you all the features of it. So what I'll do is I'll put the jacket on, give you an idea of what it looks like on. This is... I don't remember what size this one is, if it's even marked. It's my size, so it's like a 42, 44. Here. So you can see it's a real classic. It kind of just drapes on you. It's nice, it's lightweight. Still gives you the jacket, so you're still in a jacket, but it's not really the heavy front quarter horse hide or something like that jacket. It's zip front. Has a Talon brass zipper, which is kind of classic to pretty much every vintage jacket. As you can see there, I can show you with it tucked in, just a pair of jeans. It looks great. Again, this is probably a 44 or 42, I'm not sure. I'll look on the inside of the pockets just to see if there's a tag, but I don't see one. In this sort of instance, when you're looking for one, you can go by the tag, but sometimes the tags aren't there, and if not, then you'll have to go by measurements. And by going by measurements, you want to do across the shoulders, across the chest, and the arms. I don't really care about the length that much, because I don't care if a jacket's short or if it's long. You can kind of look in the picture of how it's going to look. But things you really want to make sure is it's going to fit in the chest, the shoulder, and the length. And you would measure from the actual top of the shoulder down to the end of the cuff. And what you'd probably want to do is get a jacket that you already have that fits you really well. Take that measurement, and then when you look for a vintage jacket, if you get close enough, you're not going to probably find exactly that, because jackets vary from manufacturer to manufacturer and year to year throughout the gamut. But you can find something that's pretty darn close that you can live with. And a jacket like this that is really kind of soft, you don't have to worry about it being exact, because if you go with a front quarter horsehide, it really doesn't have any give either way, where like a softer suede jacket like this does have some give. And you can see it's a real casual, classic jacket. I like this one a lot. This is like if I'm going out more than enough. I don't want to work in this jacket because I don't want to get it destroyed. It's not going to handle a lot of abrasions and that sort of thing. It's a real thin leather and it's suede, so you have to also watch out for major weather. Like if I have a front quarter horsehide, if it's raining, I'm fine. This is going to show. If you remember that Seinfeld episode where Jerry's in the store and he finds a perfect suede jacket just like this, only has some crazy red and white candy cane or pink and white candy cane stripes on the inside, and then they told him, you know, it was raining and he had to reverse it, and then he got into trouble because he's wearing this pink striped shirt or jacket. But it's the same type of jacket. It's a real casual jacket. This one, I think Jerry's was probably from the 80s. This one's more from the late 50s, 60s. So I will get this up on the hanger, and show you kind of the features of the jacket. You can kind of look and see if it's kind of a jacket that you would like in your collection, or at least a jacket to look for. They're pretty easy to find. I usually see one once a week kind of pop up, just because it's not a jacket that everyone's like flocking to get. because it's not the classic collector jacket. This is more of a jacket that you would want just to wear. Even though there's collectors of this jacket, there's not as many as other type of jackets. So anyway, before we do that, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Again, I'm almost out of jackets. So as jackets pop in, I'll show you. I'll do other stuff too. You'll see there's a whole gamut of stuff I do of different vintage gear for guys. But please subscribe, comment, like, and that sort of thing too, because it always helps the channel. I'm going to throw this up on the hanger and we'll take a closer look at this. So here she is, hung up. And you can see this one really hasn't been wet very often, if any. Doesn't have those spots that you can get with suede. I would not spray it with that, those sprays to keep it watertight, just because I don't like anything like that. It's like chemicals like that on my jackets. I'd rather have the spots than have the chemicals and everything on it. But you can see it's really pretty, kind of like a fawn colored brown. Has wool cuffs, and you can see the moths have been very kind to these over the years. They have not abused them pretty much in any way. But it's the classic, you got the cuffs, you got the wool waistband, zippered front, and you can see here, it's your classic brass talon. It's not blackened like in the 40s jackets. This is a little later. And you also have this collar around the top, kind of like a sweatshirt. That could be also why it's made more of a collegiate, because it's more athletic-y. But here's the tag, styled and made in California by the Hercules of Sears. It does not have the actual size tag anywhere. You have a little collar or a locker loop there. And you have two hand warmer pockets here. And here you can see they're in really good shape. There's no holes in them. I'll flip it around, show you the back, and then we'll open it up and I'll show you the lining too. Again, there's nothing, it's a solid back, which is actually kind of nice. If you ever look for one, try to get a solid back on any jacket, unless it's a Starburst that's like specially made that it's trying to look that way. It's just a better quality jacket because they use the bigger piece of hide. When you see it in little sections, they mean they cheaped out a little bit because they're trying to save money by using pieces of hide instead of actually cutting one big piece to fit the whole jacket. Obviously it's cut here just to pull it in. That's just tailoring, nothing for anything. No vents in the armpits like a lot of jackets, but let's turn it over and I will show you the inside. The zipper is great, easy. It's got this really nice, kind of salmon colored nylon or silk, I'm not sure. Again, it's not perfect. It's fraying a little bit here. And when I got it, I had a little bit, well, I'll take it down and I'll show you. There was a little repair I had to do here, which is kind of expect that with a vintage jacket. But you can see it's in really, really nice shape. Sears Hercules made pretty much every jacket they make is a pretty sweet jacket. You're not going to go wrong with the Hercules, but obviously there's great other manufacturers like Monarch, and there's Californian with an N. There's the Montgomery Wards with the West Wind, and there's a bunch of jackets. Everyone is making jackets back then. They don't really do that today, but everyone back then was making leather jackets because it was kind of a thing to do. Now I'll take it down and I'll show you the repair that I did. The only repair that I had on it, which you can't really tell now, and I'm really happy with this jacket. It's really comfortable, it looks good, and it doesn't look vintage, even though it is vintage, you know what I mean? It kind of like, you could wear this today and no one's going to think, oh, that jacket's 50 years old. But because it looks like it, maybe it isn't. So I was looking here for the repair I did, and it was right here. It's not the prettiest repair, but it was pulling off a little bit, so I had to re-sew that in there through both of that section. So I was trying to do that, and it's pretty invisible, really, unless you're really looking for it. Again, so it's an old jacket. All my jackets are old, and I don't care if they have a little of this or that, to because I like a jacket that looks like it's been loved. And this jacket has been loved. It just hasn't been abused, because you don't want an abused one. Unless that's the look you're going for, then you'd want a jacket that's been totally rained and everything and dirt. And there's a series of Levi's. Basically, there's a Type 3 they made in a suede that looks great, beat up and dirty and everything. It doesn't look good fresh and clean. It looks much better with a lot of wear and tear. This jacket, I don't like it with a lot of wear and tear. I like it just kind of looking like this. Obviously, it doesn't look new, but it still looks great. So there you have it. This is the Hercules Suede. Again, I'm calling it a campus jacket. It's an academic jacket. It's a college jacket. I don't know the official name for this. If you know, put it in the comments and let me know of what the official name of this style of jacket is. You know, there's half belts and long belts and all that. I don't know what this is. I guess it's like a baseball jacket. I've heard that sometimes. It's like a baseball jacket, I guess. So this is like a suede baseball jacket. There we go. Then maybe we'll go with that. Campus/baseball jacket. But if you enjoyed this episode, let me know. Again, comment, all that stuff. Let me know if you have one or if you have questions. I can answer maybe some of the questions. I don't know who's making reproductions of this right now. There's probably jackets out there that are this style that you can buy brand new from the major manufacturers that make jackets. But again, they're probably not going to be US made. They're probably going to be made in China or Pakistan or something like that. But if you're wanting like a classic American jacket, this is pretty classic American jacket, look for a vintage, would be the ones to get. And there's a lot of manufacturers. Don't go to, it doesn't have to be Hercules. But there's a lot of different manufacturers that made this style of jacket because everybody was making them during that time period for the collegiate, maybe I guess the baseball crowd. But of course, probably the baseball crowd were playing college baseball or something along that nature and then went on to the majors. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next Derek Does.